For most of the 10,000 years of the history of agriculture, nitrogen had been the most important limiting factor to productivity.
The way my grandfather farmed is he'd break up a piece of prairie and he would grow wheat and oats usually, sometimes corn, until the nutrients were depleted. Then he would break up a new piece of prairie. That's not ecological farming. That's sort of slash and burn farming.
It wasn't until the early 20th century that we were able to increase the production and the introduction of nitrogen fertilizers through a process called the Haber-Bosch reaction. Haber and Bosch in Germany were looking for a better explosive during the war and came up with this way of breaking up the bonds of nitrogen in the air and turning that nitrogen into an explosive form that is also a plant-available form. So out of the chemistry of war and bombs came out the first synthetic nitrogen fertilizer.
Then what happened was, as the Second World War came to a close and the fertilizers became available on a very inexpensive basis, that was just at the time when there was a limited amount of new prairie to go to. And so it came as the saving grace. And I still remember my father, the first time he started using fertilizer, and he saw the response that he got from that, and he said, we could never farm without fertilizer again.
As we increase the amount of nitrogen input to natural ecosystems, what is the response of the ecosystem itself to that?
I mean, my father, before he started applying fertilizers, he went to our county extension agent, he went to every farmer whose judgment he trusted, and his single question was, is this going to hurt my land?
The use of nitrogen fertilizer removed a limiting factor from the agricultural ecosystem. So, of course, it yielded a very high increase in productivity. But it also produced very high demands on the soil, demands in the form of increased pesticide use, the demand for other nutrients, the demand for very high inputs of water and fossil fuels through all kinds of ways, especially through the mechanization of the agricultural ecosystem. All these elements put together composed a regime that is called the Green Revolution. And the poster children for the Green Revolution were Mexico and India.